Have you ever looked up at the sky? I look at the sun and wonder, how big is the giant star? And it's actually bigger than our Earth. How many times? Today, together we will go on a journey of discovery, from huge numbers to incredible facts, to see the greatness of the sun and Earth's tiny place in the universe. Let's start with the basics first. The sun is a star at the center of the solar system, where all the planets, and which the Earth revolves around. It doesn't just bring light and life for our planet. It's also a giant energy source to help sustain all activities on Earth, but its size is pretty good. The diameter of the Earth is about 12,742 kilometers. These three numbers sound big, because if you go around the Earth, you're going to have to cover a distance of almost 40,000 kilometers. But when compared to the sun, the Earth is really getting small. Because the diameter of the sun is about 1.900 km. In other words, the sun is about 109 times the diameter of the Earth. Imagine if the Earth were the size of a football. The sun would be as big as a giant football field. But not yet. The volume of the sun goes even further. If we could hollowed out inside the sun, the number of Earths that can be put into it goes up to 1,3 million fruits. That's right, 3 million Earths that can fill the void inside this sow. These four numbers are beyond imagination. It's ours. What about volume? The sun is about 333,000 times the mass of the Earth. This means that all the planets in the system, the sun combined, it's only 0.2% of the sun's mass. In other words, the sun accounts for 99.8% the mass of the entire solar system. That's why, because the sun's gravity is strong enough to keep all the planets revolving around it, from small planets like Mercury up to the giant planets like Jupiter and Saturn. And an interesting question is, if the sun is that big, why when we look up at the sky, it doesn't seem too big? It's smaller than the moon. The four secrets lie in the distance. The sun is about 150,000 kilometers from while the moon is just over 380,000 kilometers away. It's because of this huge gap that the giant size of the sun is in our eyes. It's amazing to see from the Earth. The moon and the sun, it's almost the same size. And it was this coincidence that created the eclipse when the moon is hidden, the sun. And now let's imagine another comparison. If we shrink the Earth down to a grain of sand, the sun would be as big as a basketball. And if the sun was the size of a ping pong ball, the Earth would be a speck of dust. But the comparisons, it helps us feel more about the difference giant between the celestial bodies. But there's another interesting thing. Even though the sun is so big, it's not the biggest star in the universe. In fact, compared to red supergiants like us, Scooter, there is Bitcoin, our sun is just average. For example, the Scooter is more than 1,700 times the diameter of the sun. If we put the sun next to the Scooter, it'll be as small as a grain of sand compared to a giant ball. This shows the universe. It also contains big things, much more than we ever imagined. However, it is enough. It's the sun that makes life exist on Earth. If the sun is much smaller, it won't be able to provide enough heat and light. If the sun is too big, the enormous radiation that would make the Earth unlivable in life, as we know. You can say the Earth and the sun was in a perfect balance. It's a wonderful coincidence of the universe. Except for one thing few people know. The sun is not a white mass. It's a giant plasma ball. It consists of 74% hero and 24% helium. In its core, billions and trillions of fusion reactions occur every second. Turn the hero into helium and unleash the giant's energy. These 9 energies radiate light and heat that we get on Earth. It only takes a second for the sun to radiate energy. That's enough for all of humanity to use for hundreds of thousands of years. Looking back at all the numbers, 109 times larger diameter. It's a volume of 3 million Earths. Volume is 333,000 times. We just saw that. The Earth is just a speck of dust, small in the universe. But it's the smallness that contains a miracle. That's life. And perhaps in billions of suns and other planets, our Earth is still a precious jewel. It's a rare place where people can survive and thrive. So the next time you look up at the sun, Remember that the star is not only huge beyond imagination, it's also the heart of the entire solar system. It's the source of life that feeds everything we have. And thanks to the sun, this little planet has become a great home of humanity.